Ollie Connolly is a writer for The Guardian.
Oh, okay.
And he writes, per sources, I am told that Bill Belichick's negotiations with North Carolina.
Whoa. What was that word you just used?
Per sources.
Nope, the next one's.
I'm told that Bill Belichick's negotiations.
Now he's negotiating?
With North Carolina. Isn't that what the interview was? Negotiate?
No. To me, negotiation is how do we make this work, not whether either one of us wants it to work.
Could be.
Negotiation is, we're talking about money and like details of me taking.
Maybe when they sat down in the interview and said, what would it take to get you here? He said, I'll tell you what it'll take to get me here. That type of thing. But it was still an interview.
You just perked up my ears. Pro or O-seed.
Ollie Connolly says, Bill Belichick's negotiations with North Carolina include a guarantee that Stephen Belichick would be named the school's head coach in waiting. UNC is open to that guarantee.
Oh, my God, this is going to happen.
Discussions are not a bid to gain leverage for NFL offers, and Belichick is open to the move. Any potential staff would include, do I even need to say it? Matt Patricia, Ben McDaniels, who is the Texans passing game coordinator and brother of Josh McDaniels.
I was going to say, Josh's brother.
Who I didn't know that he even had a brother. As well as a sitting college GM who would handle general operations, NIL, recruiting, and etc.
Is that Bearish?
That could be Jordan, right? She can communicate with the handle the NIL stuff. That could be her thing.
I think
that seems like a young person thing.
I feel like it might be Bearish.
Could be Bearish. Could be anybody.
Billy O, you need a new right-hand man at BC because Bearish is out.
Ollie goes on. Belichick's preference, from what I'm told, remains a return to the NFL, but the landscape is already considered thin based on feedback for the league.
Oh, that hurts.
It does.
That cuts deep.
Moving to college with a guarantee for his son will overrule waiting on the NFL carousel. Some added context. Steve Belichick has already been approached about other college head coaching roles. He's taken Washington's defense to 28th in S&P this season after they finished 50th last year.
What's S&P? Isn't that the S&P 500?
I don't know.
Standard & Poor's?
28th in S&P.
Okay, forget it. Go ahead.
That's it.
Okay, so I don't know if you're picking up on this. So he wants guarantee that Steve Belichick will be coach in waiting. Does that ring a bell for anything for you? Does this tie anything to you? You've been doing this a long time. There's been some very popular exposés written about the New England Patriots by a certain person. Mm-hmm. His name was Seth Wickersham.
Right.
Do you remember in one of them, I fought a battle for weeks and months about a certain phrase that he wrote, that what Bill Belichick wanted in New England was a truly dynastic succession plan.
Right.
How do dynasties have a succession? It's by blood, literally. And I said at the time, oh, my God, he wants Steve Belichick to eventually be the head coach of the New England Patriots. Now, Robert Kraft has an obvious say in that. It didn't work in New England. Clearly, this is what he wants. If he's a true father, I know you hate all this nepotism crap.
I do dislike nepotism,
okay.
Yes.
If he values that as much as he did back then when Seth Wickersham wrote it, that could be the reason he's going to North Carolina. He's trying to fast-track his boy into a head coaching gig. I mean, I now think there's a chance this happens. Now, you mix that with...
This makes it a lot more real, I'll say that.
Ish just got real.
It sounded like, well, he's just doing this to get his name out there or whatever.
No.
You don't start talking about all this crap.
He's negotiating his son's future.
Right.
He knows he's an old coach, so he's fast-tracking his son into a head coaching gig at a pretty good school, probably the highest level school that would fall for this crap. Right? Like,
that would ever hire Steve Belichick, or they would do this succession plan?
Like, I don't feel like...
If I'm Steve Belichick and I'm already getting offers to be a head coach in college somewhere else, I did, thanks, Dad, but I'm going to go my way.
Is he already getting head coaching?
That's what it said. It said Steve Belichick has already been approached about other college head coaching roles, according to Ollie Connolly.
Yeah, but...
who I'm pretty sure is a real person.
No disrespect to anybody in our listening radius. Love you out west, everybody. I mean, that could be like UMass Amherst.
Sure.
Like, he's a guy with local ties. I think his sister even coached there for a while on the ladies lacrosse team.
I don't know what other coach, but he's a defensive coordinator at a big school in Washington. You don't generally go from that to, some D3 school or something. You know what I mean? Like,
well, no, I said UMass Amherst.
Not UMass. I know what you mean, but like you don't
shot at D3,
drop off that much. Like he's in the pipeline right now to get a head coaching job somewhere good. I mean, I think that, I think if he stuck with it, even if Bill didn't get this, he could be getting that offer from UNC in a year or two, or maybe even next year. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the other vacancies are, but I do think that Steve Belichick, it was smart for him to go to Washington, get out from under his dad's shadow, and start forging his own path. Now he's going to get back under it. I think that's kind of a step backwards.
But if you if you were hiring for a college, and let's not say like a huge college, like a mid-tier, mid-major, I don't know, MAC, something like that.
Okay.
Steve Belichick, if you like do a little Google, do a little research, he's been a college coach for 1 year.
Yep.
He's coached for anyone other than his dad for 1 year.
1 year. And he's doing good.
He's 1 year removed from being afraid to stand in front of a room and like control the room.
Sure.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
You're hiring him to be your head coach?
Yeah, James Madison or something? Like, sure, yeah, why not?
I would not. I would be scared to death of him. Not to mention, then I Google it, I go on the memes, and I see this, like, lip licking, the whole thing, the faces, the, like, nyeh. No. But
Maybe some people liked it.
maybe, sure. But this just got real for me. Because I think Bill intended this all along in New England. I fought for years about this. People said, no, that's not what it meant. It didn't mean that. No, I think Bill thought the New England dynasty was going through his bloodlines as much as it was going through the Kraft bloodlines, and that didn't work. And now he's trying to do it at North Carolina.
I also think this is the reason why he's not getting NFL offers. This type of crap.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Oh, you want to come here and coach, Bill, and you also need your son to be the guy in waiting, and Patricia's got to come, and McDaniel's brother and all these other people, they all have to be here. This has to be the whole thing. Like, no thanks. We'll just go with Ben Johnson, or we'll just go with, Mike Vrabel, or we'll just go with whoever. Like that, you know what I mean? Like, this is a lot. This is the only type of thing that would fly is in college with this. Like, this isn't going to be, no NFL team's going to let him do this.
Do you remember the black mark against Ben McDaniels?
I didn't even know Ben McDaniels existed until 5 seconds ago.
I believe he was the running backs coach at the University of Minnesota who recommended Lawrence Maroney to them.
Oh.
I believe there was...
Tell you what, Maroney, his first year was pretty good.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
People were very excited. The stiff arms.
Fell off the face
big
of the
game
earth,
in
though.
Cincinnati, I feel like, where he made some runs. Yeah, he fell off. Ben McDaniels, Matt Patricia. Can you imagine if... I don't want to take shots at people, but... I would not be excited if I was a college.
Do it. Name names. Let's go.
No, but if I were a college football player, like I'm a pretty big-time recruit. I know we're kind of talking about North Carolina as a little tier down, but you're still elite players. Right. Go there. And Matt Patricia's your defensive coordinator. I feel like all fun just ended.